Welcome back to Roadside Rescue. I just got out here with I was gonna say, I think it was a Mitsubishi Eclipse. That's what the bumper says, or the trunk, the bumper. And anyways, this job's a little bit curious right off the bat for a lot of reasons. I'll take you over there and tell you about it, but they contacted me the other day and said, hey, my mechanic put everything back together on my car and now it won't run. I thought I was your mechanic. Again, that's not the only reason this is curious. Intake gaskets. First I saw that, thought that might be the issue, but that's what they apparently were doing. But I don't understand why they would have taken the intake off for that, unless there's one in the back. And that's not it either. And then I see this. All right. Some missing hardware. Obviously, you saw that. Timing belt cover. So, mechanic, I'm not sure. Let's see what it sounds like. Uneven crank. It definitely sounded like uneven crank. Well, that battery sounded fine. I might test it enough to kill it, but I was going to test out this jump starter, so if I figure it out by the end, let's just hook it up to the car without a battery. If not, I'll just take it to another job. That uneven crank worries me, especially because it was the camshaft sensor that had the code. Usually that just means you're out of timing and not the sensor itself. Especially when it sounds uneven like that. That's what happened to that white Hyundai at my house. They asked me to diagnose the crank sensor because they already replaced it and they didn't fix it. Almost identical. So I see this situation every now and then too. Okay, this thing's nice. If it has a boost button, it'll come in handy. Yes. Right, well, exciting update before I finish testing that jump box, because I was like, okay, I think that battery was fine on that job. That was yesterday, but you know what battery isn't fine? And you know what part I finally got after 4 months of waiting? The transmission for that. I've got the parking brake lightly set in this, and the steering wheel's locked straight. Oh, everything hurts. Got pushing it for a lot of the rest. All right, here she is, ready for surgery. I forgot to charge the battery a few times or start it for a couple months. Dang, let's put that jump box on there. Dang, I really like Yesper's jump boxes. The last one I had I really liked, and this one feels really good too. It feels like it has an extra large battery in it. Carbureted. I need some starting fluid. All right, well, she's not gonna start, but that was a better test than getting it to start for that jump box. I didn't realize you could just use the boost mode over and over. That's gonna become my new favorite tester. And being able to jump start back to back to back like that is honestly more impressive than being able to start a small car like this with the battery unhooked. Pretty impressive. So if you want one of these powerhouses, check out the link in the description or pinned comment. Now you're not gonna believe what happened to this motor. Where is this? Oh, why? On these cars, it do that. Alright, here's the only weird thing I found on these front 3 cylinders. Hopefully one of these has low compression if any of them do. What is this though? I've never seen that. It almost makes me think that cylinder's not even really moving up and down because all that gunk on the side there. Weird. No, I've really seen that before. I'm not quite sure what I'm looking at. The other ones don't look as bad. Wait, what is that? I missed that piece of debris in there. I missed that the other time. Alright, let's do a compression test. That's low compression, my boys. 50. That's kind of what I was thinking. Wonder what happened. This is slip timing or something. That's what drives me crazy too, is I find out it's got low compression half the time, and then I never like find out exactly why, because it's usually not worth it. It drives me crazy a little. I'd like to know. That's why I'm in the profession half the time, because of the problem solving. Sometimes you don't get to solve it though. That looks better. Yeah, 120 on that one. Something's going on in that cylinder over there. I don't know what. But when I saw that gunk, maybe a bent valve. Might not be coming up all the way. We would be able to tell easier with a few other options. We'll see. Also decent, 120. So at least one cylinder with low compression. Could do a leak down test and see if that's bent valves. I can also put that camera back in there and turn the motor and see if that piston's coming up all the way. I don't have my leak down test with me though. That's it. 55 PSI, just like last time. Double check, make sure it wasn't a fluke. Guesses, bent valve or bent rod? Or bad head gasket? Could be coming out of that head gasket. If that gunk was just coming out wide open, would make me guess there might be gunk in here though. Did you cracks with the camshaft position sensor though. You never really want to see one of those. What was I looking at? Oh, cool. See how far out that valve is sticking? Oh boy. Right there. See where it's been nicked too on that piston? That's it. That's the trouble spot right there. Why'd we bend a valve? Right, get back on it. Oh well. I think I know what happened. So I didn't really need the clarifying questions to finish diagnosing it, but I wanted to figure out maybe exactly what happened to cause that low compression, and I think I figured it out. Especially with that little bit of debris in there. All right, so supposedly there was another mechanic that worked on it a couple of days ago. Again, I'm guessing that mechanic is just a friend. Well, here's where it gets sad, because the only reason they worked on it was because it had a system lean code and they wanted to replace those gaskets, but in doing so, I think they blew their motor. Either at that time they hydro-locked it when they took everything apart. They probably got coolant down in one of those cylinders and hydro-locked it, or or debris. We saw that debris in that cylinder furthest away from the camera at the end, and I'm guessing they got stuff down inside that intake that fell down into the cylinders too. That was on that further away one, and some debris from, and who knows, if it was big enough to bend a valve, it would probably still be in there or have made more marks. So I'm guessing hydro-lock. But again, they replaced those gaskets, put it all back together, and it wouldn't start. And the reason was that camshaft position sensor code. And that's probably because when the other mechanic tried to start it, something catastrophic happened. So crazy, bummer. And I was almost, part of me was almost like, well, maybe with just one dead cylinder it will run and I can just get it running even with that one dead cylinder. But you heard that crank, and I couldn't check those cylinders in the back easily with the chances of one of those, if not more than one, being low on compression. And one cylinder alone with bent valves, that's enough to ruin your motor. You gotta replace that or rebuild it. So bummer. Man, that's crazy. Be careful working on your own cars, I'll tell you that much. Or hire somebody who knows what they're doing. And subscribe, and I'll keep making more videos. See you on the next episode. Yo, that's crazy. I'm just thinking about that on the way home. An amateur mechanic just ruined that guy's motor. That's literally what just happened. Like, it had a lean condition. They went and worked on it. Now the motor's blown. That's crazy.